right, guys, Shawn Ray here for Muscular Development TV for another episode of Shawn Ray Unleashed, episode number 4. Number 4, we're heading into the Mr. Olympia Championships. It's only a week and a half away, and the biggest story that we have yet to report is the return of the Maryland Muscle Machine. I know all of you guys are anxiously awaiting to find out what Kevin Levrone will present on the stage, just like I am. I've been harshly criticized for my initial opinion on what I thought Kevin Levrone would be able to accomplish and what package he would bring to the Mr. Olympia stage. Back in May when Kevin made his official announcement, but it was last year in October that he had intimated that he wanted to make this attempt at making this comeback to the Mr. Olympia stage. Now, naturally, my thought process went into why would he ever want to do this at 52 years old? What's motivating? Is there a monetary motivation? Is there a supplement company motivation? Publicity? Unfinished business? A lot of things were running through my mind because naturally, like all the other 50-plus bodybuilders, Flex and Paul Dillette and Chris Cormier, and I'm sure Rich Kaspari, even Lee Labrada were probably thinking to themselves, like, what in his right mind is he thinking that going back to a Mr. Olympia stage against much younger competition, what does he expect to accomplish? Well, as we all know, Kevin has accomplished a great deal of things in this body transformation. For being 52 years old, the limited little bit of pictures that we've seen are nothing short of amazing. And the majority of the census is that if any bodybuilder out there, past, present, or future, that's 50 plus, that could do what Kevin is doing, it would have to be Kevin, because Kevin literally responds faster than any bodybuilder to just looking at weights, let alone eating clean and doing the business of bodybuilding. And he has transformed his physique. Has that softened my opinion on the ultimate outcome in the competition? Not so much, but it has given me some perspective. What Kevin Levrone is doing and has done already is worthy of recognition and huge round of applause. Because one, he's managed to stay injury-free as far as I can tell from a distance. He's doing all the right things to protect his physique, to make it to the Mr. Olympia stage, which is still debatable amongst a lot of the pundits out there. This contest ain't over till it's over. We had Cedric McMillan last year, highly touted and favored to do very good things, and of course, he did not make it to the Olympia stage. But Kevin's a veteran. He's been there before. He's not going to be surprised once he lands on the ground in Las Vegas. He knows what he has to do in the job at hand. And it's very hard to doubt someone with belief in themselves that Kevin Levrone carries. He's blocked out the naysayers. Apparently he's blocked me from his social media, even though we weren't friends on social media. I guess I've been blocked for my opinions. And my opinions, if you know me, I stand by my opinions. And they come from a place of expertise. But it's just an opinion. I'm not a judge. But what I will do is I'll acknowledge the effort. And in that effort, Kevin stirs up a lot of memories for a lot of athletes that are sitting on the sidelines eating popcorn and watching the events take place on the weekends. And now we are journeying to the 52nd Mr. Olympia Championships in Las Vegas. And if anybody is not paying attention to what Kevin is doing, then they've been blinded, because Kevin is nothing short of amazing. His muscles are full, they're round. He's being very mysterious about the legs, which were always a consideration of weakness for Kevin. He was never known for his legs. I mean, I think in the beginning of his career he was, but towards the end, a few injuries, a back injury, a knee injury, tricep injury, his legs were, the downside to his career. And Father Time has a way of taking the legs away, in the same way that they've done to other bodybuilders before Kevin. Vince Taylor, a 5-time Masters Olympia champion, was very good against guys his own age. But when you jump into the deep end, on the open side, he was 10 years older than most of us. So his legs diminished and ultimately sent him into retirement. Kevin's playing very coy with his legs. The surprise will come September the 16th and 17th when we hit Las Vegas, and the unveiling will happen. A couple of things that we can expect from Kevin is that his signature traps, shoulders, and arms are going to be there. He's clearly strong as an ox. We watched him rep out 405 pounds on the bench press, which is not necessarily a big chest movement, developing movement, but that's one of Kevin's strong exercises. It brings in the triceps, it brings out the shoulders, it brings out, a lot of power in his training regime, and he gauges his progress on how much weight he's throwing around, and he was a very strong bodybuilder. Again, we haven't seen him squat. We've seen him do some half partial leg presses with a lot of weight that I wouldn't even consider trying to put on the bar, let alone actually bring down and do a leg press with. I think what we have to take note of is the inspiration that Kevin is giving the 50-plus crowd, and then also the motivation he's giving to those guys that are there. Dexter Jackson's going to be 47 years old this year. If Kevin goes into this contest and makes it in the top 10, that is a huge accomplishment because he's not supposed to be in the top 10. Based on what's there, Kevin is not supposed to be in the top 10 of this contest. And so what would that say if he does break the top 10? It'll be a defeat of some sorts for Kevin because Kevin expects to win this contest, and rightfully so. He's won everything else there is to win except this one. So why now? I think Kevin has been patiently watching the last 5 years the career of Phil Heath, Kai Green, Dexter Jackson, Shawn Rhoden, and he feels in his heart of hearts that he's better than them. Genetically, muscularity, and condition-wise, superior. That's what got him off the couch. Watching the game being played at a sub-level that he's used to playing the games. Kevin is now going to throw his hat into the arena and show these guys how it's done. Well, what I'll do is I'll be watching to see if he's having fun and enjoying it. I will be shocked and amazed when Kevin breaks the top 10. I'll be stunned if he cracks the top 6, and I'll be dumbfounded if he makes it into the top 3, and I will forever shut up about predictions if he should win this contest. Kevin rightfully has an opportunity for all of the above. Let's say that he doesn't make the top 10. What does that mean? It still means a lot. It means a lot to what he's doing. It speaks to the character of the man that chose to get off the couch and get back in the game. We haven't seen it. You know, Sergio Oliva did it and placed second twice coming out of retirement in 84 and 85. And it was great for him, but he was much younger than Kevin. We saw Lou Ferrigno come out of a 17-year retirement to place in the top 10 of the Mr. Olympia in Helsinki, Finland in 92, and get first runner-up in the Masters Olympia in 1994. Lou Ferrigno was 43 years old, 44, 45 years old. Kevin is 52 years old, and he's coming from the brink of nothing. He's 170 pounds at one time. And now he's a father, a businessman, and a motivator. Kevin is inspiring if there's nothing else to say about the man. He's motivational if you follow him on his social media. And he's an icon if you know anything about his career. People thought and would say that when I said it's impossible what Kevin is doing, he'll never make the top 10, he certainly won't win the Mr. Olympia. Those things a lot of his fans have taken negatively and taken to heart. Kevin said specifically he doesn't want to be around negativity. So we didn't talk. I did an interview and I said, when I make my prediction, Kevin and I may not be friends after this. The word friend has a lot of different definitions to a lot of people. The fans in the sport of bodybuilding consider themselves friends of the bodybuilders. They don't know the person. I know Kevin, and I know that barring an injury, he'll take to the stage and he will represent and he will do himself proud. He'll make all the 50-plus bodybuilders proud, and he'll open up a whole new generation of fans that have witnessed what he is trying to accomplish. He does not need to win the Mr. Olympia to get the standing ovation. Kevin just needs to take to the stage, enjoy what life has provided for him, and live out his dream of standing on that stage one more time. And as he does that, I will be the first one to acknowledge that Kevin Levrone is one of the greatest that ever did it. There will never be another Maryland Muscle Machine. And he's inspiring millions of athletes that lift weights. And he's doing something that no one else has done, which once again speaks volumes to the name of Kevin Levrone and gives meaning to the title of the Maryland Muscle Machine. Kevin doesn't need a Sandow Trophy to validate his legacy and cement his place in history. Kevin is history, and we're all watching history take place in front of our eyes. And September the 16th and 17th, as Kevin Levrone takes to the stage one more time, I'll be one of the first guys on my feet to applaud his performance and recognize his efforts. Come win, lose, or draw, Kevin is a champion and will forever be remembered as such. The Hall of Famer, Kevin Levroni's return is highly anticipated. And for all you guys that think I hate on Kevin, think what you want. Kevin inspired me to be the best guy that I could ever be. And without Kevin Levroni, there would have been no Shawn Ray. And from the cheap seats right here in my home, I'm the one that's looking forward to this return more than anybody else, regardless of how I feel about it. This is Kevin's time, and I'm just thankful to have air in my lungs and the opportunity to come and cover the competition and witness history take place again. For Muscular Development, I'm Shawn Ray. I'm looking forward to the showdown of the Maryland Muscle Machine as he returns to Las Vegas to get it on.